2x4's Grand Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936.
It's impossible not to feel luxurious with Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lutz boxes. With your choice between the iconic $5 box, decadent $7 box, and opulent $9 box, featuring the Fajita Street chalupas with boldly seasoned peppers and onions, all that Lutz might go to your head. But even though it makes you feel like a high roller, let's wait on that yacht down payment. Get your $5, $7, or $9 Lutz box today, only at Taco Bell. Limited time at participating stores while supplies last. Prices vary. Freezes and specialty drinks not included. Tax extra.
You know your business. I know the fans. Together, we're a championship roster. In Arkansas, loyalty is everything, and nobody connects with the Razorback faithful like our team here at ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com. When you partner with us at ESPN Arkansas, you're not just buying airtime. You're gaining trusted voices that talk to your customers every single day. I'm Ty Richardson. Let's grow your business together, both on air and through digital avenues. Become a partner at ESPN Arkansas. Email ty.richardson@hitthatline.com to start your campaign today.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 67 days.
There was only one night game a year. On the 4th of July, the whole sky would brighten up with fireworks, giving us just enough light for a game. We played our best then, because I guess we all felt like the big leaguers under the lights of some great stadium.
Now, the really good thing about meeting the President of the United States is the food. They put you in this little room with just about anything you'd want to eat or drink. And since, number one, I wasn't hungry but thirsty, and number two, they was free, I must have drank me about 15 Dr. Peppers.
Congratulations on the field being All-American. Very good, sir. Congratulations. How do you feel? I got it.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, produced by Christian Johnston, with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. This is The Morning Rush.
Inching closer to 4th of July, a holiday I know we're really excited about this Saturday. 250 years to the U.S. Tommy, I know you've talked about weren't really around when they did the 200th year United States, but it seems like there's a little more oomph to this 4th of July coming up this weekend.
Yeah, I was like 6 months old when we turned 200, so you do the math on how old I am now, but 39 in case you're counting at home. But, yeah, I mean, 40, this does have a this does have a to it for this weekend, and I know whether you're buying fireworks or you're buying hot dogs or whatever, it seems like, we're going to do it a little bit bigger this year. That seems to be everybody's attitude about the 4th of July. We're going to do it a little bit bigger. That's one of the reasons we're at Century Bank of the Ozarks this morning. If you're in Mountain Home, come by. Let's do it big here today at Century Bank of the Ozarks. Our good buddy Chris Harlan has invited us out to his location here in Mountain Home, and I'm telling you, you can tell just being here around the Twin Lakes, everybody is ready for the weekend. So come by and see us here. We'll be here throughout the morning. Century Bank of the Ozarks, they're celebrating 132 years of serving the combined see 2448 US 62 business and home. Simplify, so you can't miss us.
There you
Colton
go.
Steakhouse next door.
There is the Mountain Home Community Center, Tommy. They just put their logo down on the new courts. Did you play pickleball there last night?
I did not do
basketball
that.
of any sorts?
I did not do that, Ty, but maybe I should. Probably good to get listen, getting in a sweat right now is not difficult. You don't really have to exert a lot of energy. Just getting out of the car and pumping gas, you'll break a sweat right now. So you don't have to go find and search out a good sweat right now.
Yeah, we were talking about our electric bills and just the AC and the cost of everything else. It has been hot as of late. I haven't looked. We're supposed to have good weather. The only thing that ruins a 4th of July is rain this weekend. I guess a little bit. Planning on hopefully good weather this weekend across Arkansas. Knock on wood. It's always a bummer when like you have a big festival planned or have something big on the horizon, and then there's rain in the forecast. There's nothing worse than that.
Well, we need some rain right now. So if you're headed to Mountain Home or you're headed out of the state, I was just talking to someone who's leaving the country. soon, our buddy Chris. But if you're on the go, take the Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell with you, no matter where you're at worldwide. You can listen to your favorite shows, also on-demand content with our podcast as well. It's the Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell. If you're craving something cheesy, saucy, or crunchy, Taco Bell has you covered. A lot of people are traveling for this weekend. You know, whether it's I'm already seeing beach pictures. People down on the Redneck Riviera, people going to the lake. I think there's a lot of people on the move. Starting the next day or so.
Yeah, I saw that the volume of traffic this year is supposed to be exponentially, like I think at least 10% more than it usually is. And I don't know if that is directly tied to being the 250th or whatever it is. I know there's a lot of different festivals and things going on here in Arkansas across our state. We've been promoting some, and I know a lot of people are really excited about that. But it makes sense that if you are gonna travel, this might be the one. I've traveled before. Nashville has a big 4th of July. They do I guess over the Cumberland River. A lot of fireworks. It's cool. It is cool to shoot off your own, but I also do I go back and forth. It's like, do I like going up through all the work of shooting off my own, or do I just want to go somewhere and see the big professionals with the display? I've done both, and they're both a lot of fun.
I went by was it Super Sam's there on Wagon Wheel yesterday. Wagon Wheel and 71 picked up a big bunch of fireworks from Brad yesterday, and we're loaded up. We're looking forward to a big weekend. So hopefully your weekend is going to go just as planned. If you're on the move to Northwest Arkansas, the Inn at the Mill is the place to stay. 479-443-1800. Online at innatthemill.com. The place we always stay in Northwest Arkansas is the Inn at the Mill. Friendly, convenient location, friendly staff, convenient location, oversized suites. The Inn at the Mill. Online, innatthemill.com.
What about you, Big C? Big plans this weekend?
I'm going to be in Mexico.
Okay, let's go.
There we go.
Mexico.
Yeah.
Are you bringing the American flag with you? I know I remember you going out of town. I just couldn't remember where it was.
Cancun.
That's really out of town. That's way out of town.
I don't know that they're going to shoot fireworks in Cancun, but it's possible.
All inclusive, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We really
We
went.
got 2 of our team members going to be in Cancun. That's cool.
Same time.
So,
Who else is in Cancun?
One of the ladies up in our Northwest Arkansas office, she's in Cancun.
Nice. Well, maybe I'll run into each other. Want to give a kind of a rundown of what the show looks like today. Tommy mentioned we are at Century Bake of the Ozarks in Mountain Home this morning. Since you are heading down there, I don't know if you're going to stop in this specific part, but there is a Mexico Batman that's running loose right now in Lagos de Moreno that we're going to talk about coming up here in our opening drive, which is pretty wild what's going on there. He's like a good vigilante of sorts. Bruce Dan Pradco Fishing's going to join us. U.S. plays tomorrow night. Big upset in the soccer world yesterday. I'm so used to saying Arkansas. The United States defeated Paraguay 4-1 earlier in the group stage. Well, they just defeated Germany in PKs last night. Germany, a world power in soccer. It was a great. I know we were texting about it.
I was watching live when it happened. I don't know if there's a better way to end a sporting contest than PKs.
It's hard to
beat. It's hard to beat. I mean, maybe we'll talk about that later in the Morning Rush Daily Question. But that was exciting TV. I don't care if you understand soccer or not. You can understand penalty kicks. It's real easy. And as the announcer kept saying, it's yes or it's no. It's yes or it's no. I didn't understand that part. It's good or no good. But, that was it was really awesome watching that. And it came down to the final kick.
Cal had some recent thoughts on his team. Got a chance to watch the guys lately. Still some dominoes that could fall with this basketball team. John Rothstein also had some thoughts on this Razorback basketball club that we can get into. TB has made it to Denver, kind of to hear about his experience coming up. And we've got our CJ's Trivia Tuesday question. Plus, Linda Cohn retired. Most ever sports centers in the history of ESPN.
Yeah. Hey, you work hard for your time off, so make it count, whether it's land, home, or a place to get away. Farm Credit of Western Arkansas has financing options for your lifestyle. Visit one of their 25 locations today, or go by myaglender.com on the web. That's myaglender.com.
Connor Goodson's going to join us at 10 a.m. this morning with Hog Sports. Give us some thoughts on what's going on in Arkansas basketball. And Oklahoma is moving their season opener to Friday night against UTEP. which I thought was interesting.
That's good.
Citing a couple things, so going to hear about that coming up as well.
What's the date on that? Is that August? No, that'd be week
4.
0, so September. Yeah, I'm not big on college football competing with high school football, so I really wish big time programs wouldn't do that, but it's all about the TV money anymore. They didn't probably want to be on Friday night. ESPN and Disney wanted them to be on Friday night, would be my guess.
It's on the SEC Network Plus, and what their AD was citing some weather concerns because it's going to be hot and whatnot. And like you said, high school football, like it is in Arkansas, is very important. So we can talk about that as we get going through here on our SEC update. I do want to mention again. Have you heard about this Batman of Lagos de Moreno, Tommy?
No,
okay.
just you and Big C talking about it a few minutes ago.
Okay,
So.
all right.
Everyone's calling him the Mexican Batman, and after just 10 days of bringing justice, the police are now looking for him. If you didn't know, in one of Mexico's most dangerous cities called Lagos de Moreno, for years this city has been plagued with crime until one man stood up and said, "It's time to even the odds." This mysterious vigilante is doing what the police couldn't and catching the criminals, taping them up in the most embarrassing way ever to poles around the city and drawing whiskers on their face and also writing "rat" on their forehead. And since all of these criminals have been robbing motorcycles, he leaves the motorcycles right next to them and then disappears into the night.
This is the opening drive.
It's a real life Batman situation. Evidently, there's been like double-digit guys that he's already apprehended and left for the police. You see, like, obviously the movie or the cartoon back in the day. I feel like you occasionally see a quote-unquote vigilante here and there, but evidently...
How embarrassing would that be to be caught by this guy?
Yeah. And he's writing the Spanish word for thief on their foreheads. I thought that was pretty entertaining when I read this morning and listened to that clip.
I'm going to guess you probably need to see the visual on it to probably fully appreciate and understand.
Oh,
yeah. But maybe that just doesn't hit as much with someone my age as it does yours. But there's a lot of that's on the internet obviously right now. All the people have come from the World Cup, and a few of them, Freddie's one of them, and there's a few of them out there. If you're entertained by social media content, there's more than a few things to enjoy right now.
Yeah, they continue, and I'm hoping the U.S. Is a part of this knockout stage for not just one game, but 2 games, because I think the interest level will continue to stay with. I think once the U.S. kind of like, and I know we watched a little bit of the College World Series, but Tommy, once Arkansas lost, I didn't watch much postseason baseball after that, and I'm probably going to feel the same way about if the U.S. loses, whether it's tomorrow night or to probably most likely Belgium, that I'll probably bow out watching the rest of the World Cup.
I've watched a game and a half of the 3 games or whatever with the Americans. Probably just they haven't always fit my schedule. And the 9:00 start last week wasn't made for me. It wasn't made for me on a Thursday. As the World Cup gets bigger and deeper, I will get interested because I still think it's maybe the biggest sporting event in the world. I mean, I know March Madness is huge for us. This is March Madness on steroids. This is a worldwide March Madness, and while it doesn't hit in the United States quite the same way as it does around the world, this is the biggest story in the world right now, sporting-wise. So, I will be interested. I will be Final Four.
Yeah.
So.
Tommy, you're going digitized for a sec, so you might have to reset. But we're going to talk with Bruce Stanton about that coming up in just a bit. I know he has been watching not just the U.S. games, but also the other various games that have been played thus far in the World Cup, which have been entertaining. Like again, the crazy ending with Paraguay and Germany yesterday.
Been in this position for Paraguay.
Bruce, were you a fan? Bruce Stanton, Pradco Fishing, joins us via the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Bruce, that had to be fun watching that yesterday. I know I was excited to see Germany go down.
Yeah, I'm not a big Germany fan, so rooting for Paraguay. That was pretty cool. Pretty cool.
What do you have another team outside the U.S. that you're kind of pulling for, or is it just all or nothing with the United States?
Oh, my wife's family's from Sweden, so we went down to Houston to see them play the Netherlands. They got beat 5-1, but we've always kind of liked Sweden. I've got some customers, big customers that we sell a bunch of lures to, so spent a lot of time in Sweden and always kind of liked them. When Zlatan played for them, that was fun.
Yeah.
So that's they've never really been a threat to win it, but kind of fun to root for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tommy, you back with us?
Yeah, I hope. Is there a better way, Bruce, to end a game than penalty kicks? That might be the most exciting way a sporting event ends.
Well, the only thing I could think of that's more exciting is when Matt Jones played quarterback for the Razorbacks when they had that 7 overtime game against Ole Miss and the 6 overtime against Tennessee. But outside of that, yeah, there's nothing greater than penalty kicks. We stayed up, me and my 3 boys, texting all night when the Netherlands got beat by Morocco last night. It was just a lot of fun to watch. And my kids all play competitive soccer, so we can remember some of the games against Little Rock Football Club, Fort Smith Express, state championships going to penalties, and, seeing Wes Carson kick them over the goalpost and we didn't win. But, just had some fun doing that.
Called one of your son's buddies out.
Or calling Wes out.
We lost. So we always lost. I played for Arkansas Soccer Club, and we lost in the state championship to Little Rock Football Club. And I remember we lost at NWA Lightning. It's kind of bringing me back a little bit. It was, man, soccer's one of the sports I know a lot of our listeners didn't necessarily grow up playing it because it wasn't as popular back then. But I don't know for my age group, it's definitely picked it up a little bit. Again, Japan, they lose narrowly to Brazil. The Netherlands fall, another world power that goes down. So you've had some upsets early. Now you're just hoping the U.S. can make it to like the final 8 in the quarters. I don't know if they can go much farther beyond that, Bruce.
That's what happens. You play a good defensive game. You get to a penalty kick, and who's going to hold their nerve? What goalie's going to get hot and guess right? And as you saw last night in the Morocco-Netherlands game, you had 4 full-grown professional men totally miss the goal. Mm-hmm. And, didn't even hit the post, just totally missed the goal. So, nerves get the best of you sometimes, like kickers and football or, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, bases loaded, you find out what you're made of.
Tommy was kind of inching that direction. Is it the best? Like you mentioned, Matt Jones. The ones I had jotted down was like, I'm not a fan of the 2-point conversion now in college football. I love the old OT where you just kept going and going. I think the only one I enjoy more is like golden goal in hockey. I just feel like that is an exciting, especially when you're down what you usually play with. That would be the only sporting kind of tiebreaker scenario that I think might slightly edge PK's, Bruce.
Yeah, Stanley Cup playoffs, when it gets to sudden death overtime, sometimes you'll go 2-3 overtimes before someone can score a goal. It's intense for 20 minutes, and then they take a break, and then they come back and do it again. That's a good one. I tend to agree with you on the college football. I really liked it when it was open-ended.
Yeah.
We didn't go to the 2-point conversion. You got to see a 6 or 7 overtime thriller and just get so worked up and jacked up if your team was fortunate enough to win. I don't know, going for 2, and then you have to alternate possessions going for 2. It just, to me, it takes a lot of fun out of it, a lot of strategy out of it. I guess they're doing it for the right reasons. But the penalty kicks, especially in a World Cup situation, it's nation against nation, and it's almost as exciting to watch the shots in the stands of the fans getting upset and they can't breathe. They're about to have a heart attack. It's pretty amazing to watch.
I think SEC fans are introduced to like the rabidness that we've seen from soccer fans because we pride ourselves in being the best fan bases of any sport. Doesn't matter if it's football, professional, or collegiate. But you're seeing a lot of passionate fans that I think go hand in hand with how we kind of go about things here in the Southeastern Conference.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a lot of similarities, and you can even see the big teams like Brazil or Colombia. You know, they fill up the stadiums and all yellow. Everybody's wearing their colors, and you know, the probably the more even ones like last night in Guadalajara, you had a lot of orange and a lot of red for Morocco.
Mm-hmm.
It was equally loud, but you know, some of the games you go to, you know, it's kind of one-sided, just depending on who's playing, kind of like a SEC arena. But it's always more fun to win in someone else's stadium, or if there's more opponents than there are, you know, people on your side. It's always more fun to win games.
Walking into Tuscaloosa and winning the third Saturday in October, more fun.
Well, I can remember that happened a long time ago. It's been a long time.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, we went from 2007 and we still hadn't beaten them. They'll come into Fayetteville next year. Arkansas has not beaten Alabama in what will be 20 years this next season. They last beat them in 2006 with Mitch and Ben, Cleveland, and those guys, and obviously Darren and Felix. But man, it's been quite some time, Tommy. That makes sense. That series of losses makes sense because you kept losing the greatest coach of all time. But the A&M and the Missouri, those are a little more painful to stomach.
And you were in those games.
Mm-hmm.
You were in those games, had a chance to win them, and still couldn't. Bruce, I know fishing. I'm up in Mountain Home today at Century Bank of the Ozarks. This is a hotbed up here for fishing, whether it's the White River or whether it's Norfolk or Bull Shoals. Man, you've got a lot of options. What needs to go in the tackle box early in the morning, because you need to fish early right now with this heat?
Yeah, well, the good thing, you know, I've been looking at the weather, and we're going to have partly cloudy Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday, you know, it's about 30% thunderstorms. But the good thing about that is it's going to give us a lot of cloud cover, so that'll extend your morning bite. I would definitely, on a Highland reservoir like Beaver, Tin Killer, Washita, or Broken Bow, wherever you're going, get that pawpaw out early, get a topwater bait. And, man, I've worked that hard the first couple of hours, and, you know, you got a chance to catch some good fish with cloud cover. And then, obviously, you're going to Yum Dinger on a jig head or a Thumping Dinger on a jig head, War Eagle jig head a little later in the day. But, you know, it's July 4th, plan to be done by about 10:30. That's when all the pontoon boats, ski boats, jet skis get out there, and that's when it's time to go grab a beverage and watch some World Cup on TV.
There you go. So, well, enjoy your America 250 and your 4th of July, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
All right. Happy 4th, guys.
All right, Bruce Stanton, Pradco Fishing, joins us Tuesdays here on the Morning Rush. We're live at Century Bank of the Ozarks in Mountain Home, 2448 US 62 business, next door to Colton's. That's the best way to find us. If you know where Colton's and Mountain Home is, you'll find us here. So come by and see us. APAC and Standard Materials Group, they are your number one source for top quality aggregates, whether you're in Mountain Home or whether you're in Springdale. They can take care of you. 479-587-3300 for APAC and Standard Materials Group.
As they celebrate America's 250th celebration with the Pick One event, where it's your choice of a $250 gas card, an Arctic cooler, or a 2-year maintenance plan with the purchase of any new or used vehicle.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Taco Bell's Lutz boxes are curated to perfection. The refined $5 box, opulent $7 box, and the abundance of the $9 box, featuring the Fajita Street chalupas with boldly seasoned peppers and onions. Each delivers a satisfying symphony of flavors, but all that looks might go to your head.
Monsieur, check please.
You already paid. That's literally your receipt.
I wanna hear
Try Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lux boxes.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
If your Razorback closet needs an upgrade, the University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you are looking for, only at Roback.com. They have brand new Arkansas hoodies and polos that are selling fast. Go to Roback.com to check out their new apparel. That's Roback.com, RHOBACK.com. Use the code RUSH26 for 20% off your first order. Roback, where action meets comfort.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they loved the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
So I had pain in my feet for a good 20 years.
It felt like I was standing on marbles.
Something wasn't working with my feet. Was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis.
If your feet aren't comfortable, the rest of the body suffers.
So I went into the Good Feet store and bam. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support.
You put in the arch supports. To me, it was almost miraculous.
It really brought me back to being able to be me.
I can run, I can walk. This is not something that you could solve online.
Reclaim the good life with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. Good feet, good life.
Away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
Disappointment is a part of sports. As they say, you can't win them all. I'm Jackie Mock with Mock Legal Solutions. From both personal and professional experience, I know that the road to victory is not always a straight line. If you have found yourself in a rebuilding year, your spouse has entered the transfer portal, you've been benched by an arrest, or you're on the IR from a car wreck, I'm here to help. Custody, criminal, car wrecks. Mock Legal Solutions, 479-769-1505.
Passionate about sports? If yes, let's take that passion and put it to work growing your business. I'm Rita Newton with ESPN Arkansas, and I help people like you that own businesses connect them with our avid and loyal sports listeners through the power of radio with sharing your words, plus offering digital solutions. Whether you need more customers or more traffic on your website, I am your girl. So email me at rita.newton@hitthatline.com or call me at 479-353-1242. One email or one call away to working on a business plan to help you grow your business.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Dan McFadden goes 73 yards. And Allen has a wide open man. It's Childs. He's loose. He scores.
Sounds please. Uncle Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
ARKNSAS.
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush.
I'm liking the group. We should be a great defensive team, a shot blocking team, athletic drive and touch, and all those things. But we'll see. Tough schedule, be one of the toughest schedules in basketball. And the average age of our team, I think, is going to be about 18 years and 7 months. 18 years and 7 months. That's the average age of our team. I don't care. Let's go. If we're good enough, we're old enough. How about that statement? Let's do it.
I think we're 67 days out from Arkansas football and a handful more for Arkansas basketball. That's Cal talking about the team that he's got a chance to watch and practice. He's going to be going in the Memphis Sports Hall of Fame in September. So congratulations. Third-year coach now here at Arkansas. I know there's excitement for the number one recruiting class in college basketball, and plenty of people talking about it, including John Rothstein. And there are questions like what the front court's going to look like.
And the million-dollar question for Arkansas is going to be up front, where the Razorbacks, again, lost Trevin Brazile, lost Nick Pringle, lost Malik Ewan. Arkansas needs to find an answer up front. They're bringing in, obviously, a couple of European players. Cooper Bowser started last year for Furman, a team that played in the NCAA tournament, lost to UConn.
Cooper might end up being the most important player on this team. Not just because he has a really cool name in Cooper Bowser, but when you think about not just the grind of the SEC and the front courts that you're going to play, Florida's probably going to be the most notable again. I know Hanglon's not playing for them, doesn't look like, but that is still just a very, very good front court. Houck's back, turned down several $1 million to come back to Florida when he was making a ton of money. And so you deal with that. You deal with a lot of talent in the Southeastern Conference. Plus the other, you think about who else you're going to play this season in Michigan State, in North Carolina, in Arizona. We'll see what else ends up at Gonzaga in preseason. So hopefully he continues to blossom and get better throughout the year, because you're going to need him when it comes turning time. He's not your best player, but he might be your most important player, because your guards look like you're good. Jordan Smith's regarded already as like the second top 5 guard, potentially maybe the second overall pick. We know what Billy is at a wing. I'm excited about JJ and Abdul Toure. And then Mika Mornin. I know people excited to see what he can do, but that's just a question. What does that look like? Can he continue to get better throughout the year? Can he transform himself for a mid-major player to a high-level power 4 player, Christian? And again, we're talking about this. It's June the 30th. Like, we're 2 months in from football season, so we got a long way to go. But it's not hard to project what has to happen for this team this year.
I want to know if he can, I'm talking about Bowser here, if he can, and it's not going to be all on him. Obviously, there's other guys on this team, other bigs that's going to need to step up. But if he can hold his own against some of the premier bigs like we saw against Arizona, just guys like that, because you're going to run into a team like that in the tournament if you're able to make it, and you're going to have a big down low that can hold his own.
I can deal with that. All right, that is your Hog Update this morning, brought to you by Joe's Grill and Cantina. It's Taco Tuesday, and that means you should go see Wade Morgan, the team at Joe's Grill and Cantina, for those delectable tacos. They have daily specials throughout the week, but this has got to be the best day. And they have so many different kinds of tacos as well. It's not just beef. It's not just chicken. They have all different ones. So if you're looking for the best Taco Tuesday around and that homemade chips and salsa, they've got a bunch of other items on the menu as well. I'm partial to the fajita burrito. That's what I always get. Their queso's great. They have great service, great bar. It is all there at Joe's Grill and Cantina. South 74th Street, across from Harps in Fort Smith. That's Joe's Grill and Cantina. All right, so you don't think there's going to be fireworks in Cancun where you're going to be this 4th of July?
I wouldn't think so at a resort, but
I don't know.
It'd be
cool. There'll be a lot of Americans there. I wonder, are there going to be any fireworks shot off at Rath Mitsubishi this weekend? Let's ask our guy, David. David, have we bought a surplus of fireworks for this weekend, in either for Fort Smith or Springdale?
I don't know about what everybody's got personally, but I know we don't have anything stockpiled. You know, there's fire codes and all that kind of junk, man. We got shops. And
Okay.
I think they might frown on the addition of any extra explosives around all the solvents and
businesses.
fluids and everything. You know what I mean?
All the businesses. Well, you might not have fireworks. I know it's the last day of the month. You've got new car incentives. You're just trying to, whether it's a new or a road ready certified pre-owned vehicle, you're just trying to get a deal, have people rocking and rolling heading into July 4th this weekend, man.
You know, it's cliche as it can be, and everybody's used to hearing everybody, harp on the last day of the month and all the deals and all that kind of stuff. But a lot of times those cliches exist for a reason. We're pushing hard. Both teams, both in Fort Smith and here in Springdale, everybody is putting every possible deal together. So get in there, check out all the fresh inventory coming on both lots. We've got a lot of cars moving around, a lot of cars coming through that road ready certification process, hitting the lot every day. Great new car incentives. I mean, rates as low as 0%, big rebates, all kinds of stuff. We're not going to miss any deal that makes sense at all, and probably a handful that don't. We'll be scratching our heads about them in a week probably, but we're going to put everything we can together, both sides of the tunnel today, Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith and Rath Mitsubishi here in Springdale.
He does it. Again, last day of the month for some of you is not fun. For a car dealer, it's one of those things you got to stop by and see David and his team in Springdale or Larry and the team in Fort Smith. All right, I know you got work to do, man. We only got a few hours left of the day.
Appreciate you guys. Y'all have a good one.
Morning Rush Daily Question when we come back.
Make sure you're subscribed to the Hit That Line Podcast Network.
I hope my family of four up there every single weekend hoping for a win. And I love the Hawks more than I should. But at the same time, we got to be realistic, people.
You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Just when I thought
Hog fans, this is Robert.
This is Elizabeth.
And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback, the only local family and Arkansas alumni Razorback store in the state. And the Stadium Shop is the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole. You know, it seems there's always a Razorback sporting event happening.
And if you need something new for your home, office, or just want to update your wardrobe, the Stadium Shop has new stuff arriving all the time.
And we don't have to ask someone from corporate office to get something that Hog fans want. We are the corporate office. Hey, Matt, did you hear about the tree out in front of the store? No, what about it? I heard it's a bit shady. Wow, you've got to leave these jokes alone.
Anyway, you can see the shady tree and all the hog stuff at 989 South Razorback Road here in Fayetteville.
But not everyone can get to Fayetteville, so we've got one of those Google Dad, again, it's called a website, and it's shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or they can call us at 479 Stadium. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
Take it from Arkansas greats, Joe Klein and Pat Bradley.
The big national sports apps are now in Arkansas, taking over Oaklawn and Bentley, which are no longer local.
Making Bet Saracen the only real local app.
Still Arkansans fan fave.
Plus, Bet Saracen is still the official sports betting app of many of the state's colleges and universities.
Bet Saracen, built by Arkansans for Arkansans.
Bet with Arkansans. Bet with Bet Saracen.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET.
John Calipari has brought in the best recruiting class in college basketball.
This is The Morning Rush.
Drive smarter with a road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle available only at Rath Auto Resources. We look all over the region for the best used cars. From there, they're inspected, reconditioned to our certified standards, and backed with a comprehensive warranty. And while the other guys might spring hundreds or even $1,000 in added fees on you at the last minute, our painless pricing and non-commissioned sales team ensure that you get a straight deal every time. Make the switch to a road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith.
Introducing Taco Bell's new jalapeno citrus salsa with bright citrus, real red jalapenos, guajillo chiles. Usually, you add sauce to the food, but when the sauce is this good, the food is just there to get the sauce to your mouth. That rolled quesadilla, not a rolled quesadilla anymore. Now it's a sauce shovel. Taco Bell's jalapeno citrus salsa. Get it with any item on the Cantina chicken menu while it's here. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only. While supplies last, contact store for availability.
This 4th of July, celebrate our nation's 250th birthday at Greenwood's 2026 Freedom Fest. Sponsored by the Greenwood A&T Commission. Join us Saturday, July 4th from 4 to 10 p.m. for kids' activities, food trucks, craft and artisan vendors, and live music all night. Enjoy performances by Barrett Faber, Oreo Blue, and the Brandon Butler Band, plus a special fireworks show honoring Kelly Hendricks. Bring your lawn chairs, bring your friends, and join us on the town square. Freedom Fest, Saturday, July 4th. We'll see you there.
Just in time for the 4th of July, Crabtree RV Center is paying your sales tax on all RVs under $45,000. That's right, sales tax paid on all RVs under $45,000 running through the month of June. Stop in today and pick out the perfect RV to celebrate 250 years of freedom. Just in time for the 4th of July, Crabtree RV Center is paying your sales tax on all RVs under $45,000. That's right, sales tax paid on all RVs under $45,000 running through the month of June. Stop in today and pick out the perfect RV to celebrate 250 years of freedom.
When it's time to stock the bar, fill the cooler, or grab the perfect bottle, stop by River Point Wine and Spirits. You'll love our clean, organized store, full of all the best liquor, wine, and beer at the right price. At River Point, we're a family-owned business where customer service is always our priority. So come stock up for game night, date night, or the weekend ahead. Your journey, our spirit. River Point Wine and Spirits, Grand Avenue and I-540.
You will never find a boring old burger at Art's Barbecue and Burgers in Fort Smith. Try the Wild West Burger, topped with a hot link, jalapenos, and Art's hot sauce. The Brisket Burger, with tender brisket and caramelized onions on top of their hand-patted burger. Or the famous Art Attack, with house bacon, smoked ham, an onion ring, and a fried egg. There are 10 different burgers to choose from, and they're all $1 off every Saturday. Art's Barbecue Burgers and more. Rogers Avenue, next to Buddy's in Fort Smith.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Is your business getting found online or getting lost in the crowd? Hi, I'm Christy Bedeau with ESPN Arkansas, and I'm here to help you get your products and services found in today's digital world. Not only do we offer connections to the loyal Razorback fan base, but we can help you build, maintain, and grow your online presence. From world-class websites to streaming video commercials, we create the campaign that allows you to be found online and on air. I can help you create a marketing strategy built around your goals that works. Call me, Christy Bedeau, at 208-3012 for a free needs analysis, and let's create a marketing plan that gets you found.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at carpathsocial.com.
Okay, we talked about the excitement of the penalty kicks yesterday to end the Germany-Paraguay game. Here's the Morning Rush Daily Question. If you could change the overtime or format of any sport, say football or basketball, to make it more exciting, baseball, how would you change one of your other favorite sports to make it as exciting as penalty kicks are in soccer? That's the Morning Rush Daily Question. So I'll lead off. Maybe you come down to the end in football and you just have a field goal kickoff. You just keep backing up. You start at the 20, then you move back to the 25. And then when, you get so many misses, that would be an exciting way if you're tied after the end of overtime. Basketball, you could have a free throw shooting contest.
Or a one-on-one tackle drill, where you got to stop them from getting in the end zone. You got to run straight into them.
Those are the kind of answers I'm looking for, because I thought the excitement yesterday at the end of that game was just unbelievable. For someone that doesn't enjoy soccer the way many of you do, I thought that was incredible television, incredible entertainment. So how would you tweak some of our favorite sports here in America to make it more exciting at the end of overtime if you're still tied?
Go ahead, Big C. Go what you were saying.
Kind of like a one-on-one type drill where you have your best defender out there maybe and your running back and just kind of
maybe like an Oklahoma drill or something.
Yeah, like an Oklahoma drill. You collide with them and
50-yard line. Yeah, I always say they ought, instead of a coin toss, they ought to do an Oklahoma drill to start the game, like in USFL. One of them did it that way. So
I wish that college football would just revert back to what it used to be. I love the starting, but then they went to the 2-point conversion after, I guess now it's the third. You got to go for 2 with the touchdown on the second. I just wish they go back to the old way. I thought the old way was great. The NFL, it's just I wouldn't mind seeing a field goal kickoff in the National Football League from 55 when we're starting this long. There's definitely ways that you could strengthen end of regulation post end of regulation games across the board. That's why I think hockey's the best. Sudden death, no, you lose them is what you lose. Is it a man or 2? I'm forgetting. But then it's the sudden death. You can't beat that.
Lewis Automotive Group hotline open. If you got some thoughts or suggestions, you can pass those along on how you would change some things. Golf kind of does it now. They have a sudden death playoff, but in golf you could you could have a drop two balls at the 150 marker or something closest to the pin. You could do some stuff like that. Bowling, you could set up a 7-10 split, and let's see who can hit it first. So I mean, you could have some fun with it. I don't know you would want to change the way a championship's decided, but listen, this is the World Cup. It doesn't get any bigger than the World Cup, and this is how they do it, and I think it's awesome.
Sean says instead of extra innings in baseball, they should do a home run swing off. That's what he's in favor for.
Yeah.
Jesse in Spring Hill thinks the NFL should adapt the college overtime rules. Hogball says football, pick a random fan from each team and see who could throw it the farthest, or have the head coaches do it.
Yeah.
I think we'd have the advantage there. I bet Ryan could chuck a football 55, 60 yards. I think we'd have the advantage against some of the old heads in the SEC. So if the SEC wants to dictate that, because Lord knows we've lost every other way in overtime or at the end of the game, so we might as well. But
let's invent some more ways to lose in a new fashion.
Something that's advantageous to us. All right, that's your Car Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. I know Christian, Nate are really excited about their summer league right now that starts July the 6th. Yes, July the 6th. It's always BYOB at Cart Pass Social. You can always host your parties and everything else. But during the summer league, it's 2-person teams, 8 weeks of competition, and a championship finish. And it's not 100 degrees outside. It's right inside 122 Grant Place in Lowell. Again, it's always BYOB at Cart Pass Social, the number one place for indoor golf in all of Arkansas. College football news that we didn't get to yesterday. So the Canadian Football League's not allow Sorsby to play, according to USA Today. The league said that it's serious and concerning allegations to its commitment and fair competition. So I guess he's going to the JUCO route.
The Arena League.
He's running out of options. No supplemental draft.
Yeah.
No college football. No Canadian football.
Arena League, man.
Guess he can go Arena League.
Come play for the Arkansas Diamonds. Yeah.
Hey, we're going to get to their crazy finish this weekend coming up. It's another thing we didn't get to yesterday. But you talk about a kid's world that's just fallen apart in the last month. Like, he is regarded as one of the best quarterbacks in college, a Heisman Trophy candidate. Texas Tech's way up there in the college football playoff odds. Not to say they still can't get there, but, man, it's taken a turn for the worse. And it's his own doing. Like, you can't take away some of the things that happen because it's his own fault. But, man, it's gone topsy-turvy for Brennan Sorsby here these last few weeks.
Yeah, and so I don't know what, like I say, he's running out of options. The NFL has, I think, a big say in Arena League, so I think he needs to figure out his path, not sue the NFL. How can I be eligible for the 27 draft, and then you just work your tail off to be ready for that draft? I think that's maybe his only path right now. Or go get a real job. You could just get a real job like the rest of us.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to take that pay cut. I don't think
Can't
that's
be a broadcaster after that.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be a broadcaster in Bloomington or Cincinnati or Lubbock, Texas anytime soon. I don't think that's going to happen.
Hey, if you live in Gentry, Arkansas, around there, and you're looking to make the move into the Gentry School District, they recently hosted a kind of an open house for registration, but they're still there to help you take care of all your registration needs that you might have for your family. They are committed to making the enrollment process as easy as possible and continuing to provide a world-class education and small-town atmosphere for families to expect a great experience with the Gentry School District. Visit gentrypioneers.com. That's GentryPioneers.com. If you need help with enrollment, GentryPioneers.com.
You mentioned the Arena League and the Arkansas Diamonds. Another thing we didn't get to yesterday. Have you finally watched how it went down for the Diamonds?
You were telling me about this ending here, so
the fans were
tell all of us here.
Or sends a man in motion, calls for the snap. Miller comes off the edge. Pressure coming, wraps him up. And the ball comes loose. And the clock sounds. Memphis tries to throw it. They're still going. And that's how the ball comes loose again. And Arkansas scores, and they're storming the field.
They were on the field during the play. Like, it was,
They defeated
Wild.
Memphis 62-61, and it was a crazy ending.
We're going to have to get Bones Bagante on the show tomorrow with us again and have him explain what in the heck was going on there at the end.
Big C,
So-
you told me they're
4-1. They beat Memphis, and Memphis is
Yeah.
right behind them in the standings in the South Division right now. I think
So they have the week off here for the holiday. No game this weekend. Then they turn around and they play Memphis again. They play the Hound Dogs back to back, so that it could be an interesting trip to Memphis for them coming up in July.
It was. I think about
It's their next game.
field stormings that and there's been court stormings against Kentucky and Auburn, and then you think about the field storming against Tennessee 99, Texas 21, Tennessee 2024, and then also I think LSU in 2014. That is, I know there's fines now in the SEC, but whether it's Arena League or if it's SEC football, it is so much fun to celebrate with your team on the field after a crazy last-second win, especially against an opponent that is deemed better than you when you pull off the upset like that.
Yeah, so that should be a fun conversation tomorrow. Speaking of fun things and a field storm, I don't know if you're going to storm the field at Allegiant Stadium in Vegas, but how would you like to be there with the football trip of a lifetime? The Raiders and the Chiefs, October the 4th, we're giving away a trip to Vegas. And you could be there for Raiders and Chiefs right in the middle of the NFL season. If you can eat a monster burger in 150 seconds or less, you'll have a chance to qualify. We'll be announcing qualifying locations and dates soon with Hardee's. So stay tuned right here to ESPN Arkansas as Hardee's and ESPN Arkansas sending one lucky listener for the football trip of a lifetime back to Vegas, baby. Vegas, baby. And we'll be sending you soon for Raiders and Chiefs. Details on the way from ESPN Arkansas and Hardee's.
Mahomes tore his ACL last December. Do we think – I haven't seen any updates about him. Do we think he's going to be ready to go by the start of the season? He's apparently ahead of his timeline, and it sounds like that there's a possibility they open up against the Denver Broncos this year. Obviously the Hunt family and Andy Reid and everyone else want him to get back as healthy as possible, but I'm curious to see how KC starts the season if he's not ready to go. I don't even know but do you know who their backup quarterback is? It used to be Chase Daniel for a while, and then it was Gardner Minshew, I think. I don't even know who their backup quarterback is now. I don't know if Big C, you might need to look that up, but it always is.
I don't remember. They didn't make a big move in the draft, like you said. At that spot, so I don't know. I mean, that is interesting, and we are in the heart of Chiefs country here in Mountain Home this morning. So
Chris Oladukin.
Chris Oladukin.
Yeah.
How many have you seen any Chris Oladukin jerseys in Mountain Home, Tommy? As you've been walking around,
I don't think so. I'd be a lot of letters put on the back of one jersey.
Man, I think obviously the most the popular Chiefs jersey is Mahomes. I've seen I've seen Joe Montana ones, who obviously came over from San Francisco at the tail end of his career. I don't think who else. Kelsey's very popular, but I'm curious to see what ends up
when a quarterback tears their ACL, it's usually not like their career usually doesn't get better after that.
Brady's the lone, and that's what's so weird. Like, him and Brady tore it like very similar times in their career. Like the same number of Super Bowls, the same timeline. It's like it's not exactly the same, but it's pretty wild how close in resemblance or close in similarities those two are at the timing of when they tore their ACL. And we know Brady was still able to dominate after that, so I'm curious how Mahomes is able to do in Arrowhead and in KC. Which is this the last year in Arrowhead? Or you got one more season? At least
it's several. I think it's
Okay.
like 2030. days before they're moving.
So they got a
something
couple.
Like that. So, yeah. Hey, Century Bank of the Ozarks. We're here today with the Morning Rush on US 62 Business. Come in and ask about the Center Court CD as they help celebrate the new community center that Century Bank of the Ozarks is part of. Rates at 4.75. There's even a bonus opportunity to earn 5% on your money, and you can get the details on the Center Court CD here at Century Bank of the Ozarks, where they're celebrating 132 years of serving the community. That's Century Bank of the Ozarks.
According to Jamie May and Jason and Joplin, Justin Fields also has been signed as a backup to Patrick Mahomes for this season. Hour number 2 coming up. Connor Goodson, Hawk Sports, going to join us, talk some Arkansas basketball, stadium naming rights, and more when we come back.
Hog fans, this is Robert.
This is Elizabeth.
And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback, the only local family and Arkansas alumni Razorback store in the state. And the Stadium Shop is the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole. You know, it seems there's always a Razorback sporting event happening.
And if you need something new for your home, office, or just want to update your wardrobe, the Stadium Shop has new stuff arriving all the time.
And we don't have to ask someone from corporate office to get something that Hog fans want. We are the corporate office. Hey, Matt, did you hear about the tree out in front of the store? No, what about it? I heard it's a bit shady. Wow, you've got to leave these jokes alone.
Anyway, you can see the shady tree and all the hog stuff at 989 South Razorback Road here in Fayetteville.
But not everyone can get to Fayetteville, so we've got one of those www. Dad, again, it's called a website, and it's shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or they can call us at 479 Stadium. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
Take it from Arkansas greats, Joe Klein and Pat Bradley.
The big national sports apps are now in Arkansas, taking over Oaklawn and Bentley, which are no longer local.
Making Bet Saracen the only real local app.
Still Arkansans fan fave.
Plus, Bet Saracen is still the official sports betting app of many of the state's colleges and universities.
Bet Saracen, built by Arkansans for Arkansans.
Bet with Arkansans. Bet with Bet Saracen.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET.
Hey, Fort Smith. Have you seen the all-new Bass Pro Shop outpost on Bass Pro Drive off Rogers Avenue? Step inside and check out the Pradco store within a store, where you can create something truly one of a kind. Pick from iconic lure shapes like the Booyah One Knocker or the Bandit 100, to name only a few. And have it custom autographed just the way you want it. It's fun, it's personal, and it's only at the brand new Bass Pro Outpost. Swing by today and make your own custom lure.
This is the Morning Rush.
Drive smarter with a road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle, available only at Rath Auto Resources. We look all over the region for the best used cars. From there, they're inspected, reconditioned to our certified standards, and backed with a comprehensive warranty. And while the other guys might spring hundreds or even $1,000 in added fees on you at the last minute, our painless pricing and non-commissioned sales team ensure that you get a straight deal every time. Make the switch to a road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023, Anheuser-Busch, Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Do you have sleep apnea? Are you tired of dealing with a CPAP every night? The noise, the constant cleaning. Is your wife telling you she can't take the noise anymore? Dr. Bo Sparkman at Valley Family Dental Practice, Fort Smith, can help you with sleep apnea with a custom dental appliance that allows you to get rid of that annoying CPAP. Dr. Sparkman has years of experience and has treated hundreds of patients just like you. Call for your appointment today, 226-3500. Get rid of your CPAP with Valley Family Dental at Riley Farm in Fort Smith and Roland, Oklahoma.
Spring is here, and it's the perfect time to upgrade your home. If your garage door needs repair or you're ready for a new look, call Precision Garage Door. From broken springs and openers to brand new doors, they provide experts and professional installation. Fully licensed and insured, with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers, and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call 844-PDS-DOOR or visit PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Precision Garage Door, voted the best in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
West, how many people can a large pizza feed?
About 4.
So I should tell Cousin Jeff 1.
Oh, wow. He's a big eater.
The biggest. He once got kicked out of an all-you-can-eat diner because they ran out of food. How many can a small pizza feed?
I'd say 2.
Our small pizza at $15 is a meal for 2? We should advertise this. That goat'll hunt.
Dog.
What you call me?
That dog will hunt.
Wes, dogs are man's best friend. Goats are the true hunters.
Goats?
Billy Goat Jr.'s Grammy was trained to chase squirrels, cats, birds, and rabbits. We could hear her for miles through the brush. And she'd circle them right to us.
You're not serious.
As serious as a meal for 2 for $15.
You're an interesting cat.
What you call me?
A meal for 2 for $15. Eat Jim's RazorbackPizza.com.
COP CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050. COP CDL Academy.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, ample sunshine. Our high temperatures today will be right around the middle 90s. We end up with a clear sky tonight, and overnight low in the low to mid 70s. Wednesday, blue sky, sunshine. Our high temperatures on Wednesday will be into the lower 90s. And Thursday, chance of a few showers to storms, low 90s. For B100, I'm meteorologist Sally Russell.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grain Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 67 days.
This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Michelob Ultra.
You could drink beer.
The superior light beer for the social athlete.
There was only one night game a year. On the 4th of July, the whole sky would brighten up with fireworks, giving us just enough light for a game. We played our best then, because I guess we all felt like the big leaguers under the lights of some great stadium.
Now, the really good thing about meeting the President of the United States is the food. They put you in this little room with just about anything you'd want to eat or drink. And since number 1, I wasn't hungry but thirsty, and number 2, they was free, I must have drank me about 15 Dr. Peppers.
Congratulations on the field being All-American. Very good, sir. Congratulations. How do you feel? I got it. Hey.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, produced by Christian Johnston.
With Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. This is The Morning Rush.
I was hearing Tom Hanks and Forrest Gump. I think about
when you got to pee, you got to pee.
the various different parties back in the day in middle school when I would drink double-digit Cokes or Dr. Peppers and just go on fun, go on day. I think if I did that today, wouldn't go as well. It's hour 2 of the Morning Rush. We're live at Century Bank of the Ozarks in Mount Home. We're going to talk with Connor Goodson coming up in just a bit. I don't think there's a more iconic movie scene about 4th of July than The Sandlot. If there is one, someone tell me. But that's what I always think of when it comes to this time of year.
Well, that's a good one. 4th of July movies. Isn't one of the diehards around? There's several 4th of July movies. I'm trying to think of one.
I think
not Die
most
Hard.
people
Which
say
one
Christmas.
Independence Day, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Independence Day would be one of them, so that you'd go to. All right, more coming up here from Century Bank of the Ozarks. I want to tell you about my good friend Nick and his wonderful wife Ellie Glidewell. We used them several years ago to sell a large piece of land that me and my brother had. And if it's time to sell your home, and you've got a nice property, and it's one of these luxury properties, Nick and Ellie's who I'd recommend. They're on top of their game when it comes to marketing. But let me tell you, Nick does a great job, him and Ellie both with the negotiating part. A lot of things come up as you get close to getting a deal closed or trying to negotiate the price, and Nick really understands how to talk to the other agent and get you where you need to be and kind of bring both both parties to the middle together. He's really, really good at that. So if you've got a luxury home or you're in the market looking for one of these luxury type homes, I'd talk to Nick and Ellie and let them go to work for you, whether you're buying or whether you're selling. I've experienced it firsthand, and I know plenty of people that have, and every one of them are happy with the price they get or the price they pay, and then the terms of the deal and how the closing goes as well. Nick and Ellie work through all the landmines. I mean, just did a closing the other day on something. There's always last-minute things that pop up that you are afraid are going to ruin the whole deal. Nick knows how to avoid those landmines. 479-739-2333. 739-2333, or find them online at Nick and Ellie. That's Nick, A-N-D, Ellie.com for more details. That's Nick and Ellie Glidewell, ready to serve you.
JT in Laurel, Mississippi, nothing will beat seeing those memorable moments in the Sandlot on the video board in Hoover during the extended rain delay. So I don't know if they watched the Sandlot in the outfield during that or what. JT might have to expand on that. I was trying to, like when you were talking, I was trying to think of it. I just don't know if there's anyone. Big C, can you think of a movie when you think about 4th of July? I mean, Sandlot's where I always go. No? Okay. All right. We'll maybe come back to that at some point. Let's talk to our buddy Connor Goodson, Hog Sports, covering basketball, football, also for 24/7 Sports. Connor, there's plenty of Arkansas basketball news, which is good this time of year. You want excitement. You want the number one recruiting class, which they have. It's really hard to get mad at what Cal's doing right now. What would you say is kind of the biggest thing he's done here in these last few weeks?
Yeah, definitely. I think that from a standpoint and recent, Cal's recent history is bringing Caleb Origo on campus and getting him to kind of maybe hopefully shore up the front court. He's a guy that's obviously a 2027 center, one of the top in the country. He went from in our 247 sports rankings, he went from a very obscure guy that really didn't have a ton of hype to this summer. He was kind of put on the map with how he played at the EYBL first two sessions, one in Memphis and then one in Kansas City. He really stood out. Cal was actually there in Memphis to see him, offered him a little bit after that, and he's looking at potentially reclassing to 2026 and joining this Arkansas roster, which, as we all know, this front court, it's been a touch and go thing throughout the off season. They've obviously had a lot of talent in the backcourt with Jordan Smith Jr. You obviously got the hype with J.J. Andrews, Abu Torre. You go out and add a guy like Jeremiah Wilkinson to that. You get Billy Richmond back. There's obviously it's second weekend good right there. But you obviously needed a front court to go with it, and you get a guy like Caleb Origo. You've got a lot of things to be excited about. You've got a lot of versatility in that front court. You just kind of have to hope that some of these young guys in that front court can pop a little bit sooner. You hope that Cooper Bowser is what you expect him to be, and that kind of veteran, that steady presence down there. But sounds like so far so good with what we're hearing out of practice and stuff. So yeah, a lot to be excited about. And if you watch Calipari's social media, he's obviously excited about this team too.
You mentioned Origo, him and Davion Thompson. I want anytime I see a player at the possibility of reclassifying, it seems like he does. Is there any reasons that you have, Connor, to assume that if Origo commits, Davion already has, that they wouldn't reclassify for this class?
I think with Origo, he's pretty much set on doing it. Thompson's a little bit different because obviously we have the EYBL Peach Jam later in July. It starts, I think, July 11th. 14th through the 19th is when the big games are played, and that's when the most eyes are going to be on the tournament. So it sounds like Origo's not interested in playing in the Peach Jam as much, but Davion Thompson, from everything that I gathered following his recruitment and even after he committed, it sounds like he's going to wait and make that announcement to reclass after the Peach Jam. He was talking to folks around him. It sounds like he just kind of wanted to finish what he started with that group of guys that he was playing with on the EYBL tour. So it sounds like he's wanting to see that through, and he had a really good squad around him. They're really, I think they're one of the better teams in the EYBL circuit this year. So you can kind of see it from that. It's understandable that a high school kid may want to, be a high school kid for a little bit longer instead of trying to rush into the college level and practice some of those guys. from an Arkansas, if you're an Arkansas fan, you might appreciate if he was able to maybe join the team a little bit early and get some valuable reps in practice with that crew. But obviously, it's cool to see him maybe be a little bit mature and say, hey, I started this thing, I may want to finish it. But it sounds like as soon as the EYBL wraps up, we should probably hear something from him. And the expectation, at least on my end, I don't believe anything's changed there, is that he will still join this Arkansas roster for this year.
Connor, what's your feel for where Arkansas is at with their NIL? I get the feel that they've got plenty of money, but it may not be the most money in the country. But John Calipari's doing a good job of maybe holding back and not spending it on one big guy. What's your feel on kind of where he's at in managing this NIL fund he has?
Yeah, Tommy, throughout this offseason, obviously, fans, you see, when Cal was brought to Arkansas, the Tyson thing was kind of, blown out of control because John Tyson played such a fundamental role bringing him here. Obviously, John Tyson helped out this basketball program. There's no doubt about that. But to say that Arkansas just has unlimited amount of money that they can go out and get anyone, that's not fair. But they do have enough to where they can get these elite talents and put together an elite class like this. I just think that a little bit of that where, hey, we need to go out and, the rumor was Santos Cyril earlier this offseason. To expect Arkansas to go out and waste $4 or $5 million on a guy like that, I don't think that's realistic, regardless of, how much NIL they have. And Calipari's just not going to do that. And I think that they have enough to where they can get stuff done. I was told throughout this process that, Calipari has money to, if he wanted to go out and maybe splurge a little bit on a big, he could still have more. But just, it sounds like his principles, he's obviously a man that doesn't want to, he's not going to be extorted. He said that numerous times. He doesn't want to be a guy that gets in these bidding wars. And you kind of have to respect that. And it's obviously worked out for him these first two seasons. And I think that now that we kind of see the vision for this roster, you can kind of understand maybe why, and you understand a little bit more that okay, this is he did have a vision, and maybe it wasn't the shiny pieces in that front court that we expected at the beginning of this process, but obviously I think that they got out and got a bunch of guys that are versatile and can really help see that vision and make this an exciting season for Arkansas basketball. Yeah.
I want to circle back to something you and Ty were talking about just a minute ago in the reclassification that a player may go through. Tell us how that works, because I think a lot of us really don't understand. We know you're jumping classes and where you slot into starting your eligibility, but if you're in high school and you're a junior and you're reclassified, tell us how the mechanics of that actually works.
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like it's more of a more recent deal. It's become more and more prominent recently for players to do that and join. I feel like it's maybe more of a byproduct of this transfer portal era where people see, hey, you want to go out and get a guy and you don't want to, and a guy sees an opportunity, he's able to get that. Obviously, you have to have the credits, and the credits are a big deal. If you have enough credits and from taking classes, your grades are in a good spot. Then obviously you're able to carry those over and join and jump into college immediately. And I think that with some of these guys, it's obviously not always there, and you need a little bit of help in taking summer classes and stuff like that. But as far as your junior year, as long as you finish your junior year and you have enough credits, you're able to carry those over and carry that into college and start your college career. So I think that, like I said, it's a byproduct of the transfer portal era where a student, they may see that their path forward is a little bit easier if they just forego their senior year, and we're seeing that now more and more with guys that a coach may not have their roster completed and they have a big hole and they have a developmental plan, and you're seeing guys that just I don't know if back in my day if I would have been able to really take that chance and skip out on my senior year as a high schooler to do that early, and it's certainly there's a lot of behind the scenes things with if they don't have enough credits to carry over, that there's some work you have to do on the back end, and it gets a little hairy sometimes. Like you hear some horror stories throughout this process, but it's pretty straightforward. As long as you have the credits and you're in good academic standing, then you're able to forego your senior year. I don't know if I would have been able to do it as a kid and miss out on a lot of fun stuff that comes with being a senior.
I was immature as a senior. I can't imagine leaving college a year early, Connor. That would not have gone well. Connor Goodson, Arkansas basketball and football for hogsports.com. Connor, a couple notable NBA teams I'm going to keep an eye on a little more now than I used to. Sacramento Kings with Darius, Cavs with Malik, TB with the Nuggets. My brother's pumped to see TB go to Denver. What do you kind of envision those guys' role at the next level, fitting in with their new teams?
Yeah, I think that with TB specifically, he gives the Nuggets a lot of things that they were missing. Like he gives them a lot of length and athleticism in that front court. He's a guy that you look at his skill set, and it's very reminiscent of an early Aaron Gordon, who they already have, who just turned 30 years old. TB is a guy that I think that if he can figure out the keeping that motor and that effort and that hustle and just staying locked in for more consistent, stretches, I think that he can be a guy that can really play himself into an NBA rotation. And I think that the Nuggets are a really good franchise for him to land at, to where they seem like they have a plan for him, and he fits a lot of their needs with that skill and athleticism. And obviously, we know what TB brings from a versatility standpoint. He can step out and hit the three. And he's really a three-level scorer, but he obviously needs to work on his free throws and be a little bit more consistent in that aspect. But yeah, I really love where he landed. I don't know if y'all seen the videos, but Darius Acuff has already got Sacramento. He's already a fan favorite. I mean, it was pretty crazy to see him land there at the airport, and then and see such a big crowd of people there to greet him and ask for autographs. I mean, even the draft night clips of, obviously, Brooklyn picked ahead of them. They picked Michael Brown Jr., and the Sacramento fans go crazy because Darius Acuff is available, and then they obviously go even more crazy when he's actually the pick. So I think that that's a really cool spot. He obviously has familiarity there with his family ties and things like that, and so I think it's a really good spot for him to land. And then obviously Malik Thomas, he's a guy that we all know his confidence level is sky high. He believes in himself, and it's really cool to see. So far the Cleveland organization has really believed in him and bought in, and it seems like they really have a good plan for him and to fit into there and maybe even join the rotation quicker than I think we expected. But yeah, really good landing spots for all three. I'm really excited to see what they do with it. I think that all three could have really, really strong NBA careers.
Connor, I want to come back to Fayetteville, because Darius now at the next level, I would say that most people thought he outdid expectations. I don't think anyone expected him to be the SEC Player of the Year, having the best assist-to-turnover ratio as a true freshman, and then exploding what he did in the postseason, especially in Nashville. Now you look at this Jordan Smith kid, who is the highest-rated guard in this last class. He's already projected as a top 3 pick by some in the NBA. How does that play into the psyche of him this upcoming season, from what you learned about him in the high school level? And he seems to carry himself really well. How does that impact him this year after Darius's tremendous season?
Yeah, I think that there's going to be a little bit of transition for him, because I think a lot of fans who maybe don't follow this as closely, they maybe just casually look at the rankings or look at some of the hype videos and stuff like that, and they say, well, he's the second ranked player in the high school class. Darius Acuff was a top 5 player as well. So they maybe just equate that to being like, oh, he's just going to be another Darius Acuff, when it's really, they're two very, very different players. And Jordan Smith Jr. is not going to come out and be a guy who's, maybe I would not expect him to come out and put up, 30 points and 7 assists on a nightly basis. He's certainly capable of having those flashes, but he's a guy that does it on both ends. He gets the job done on both ends, and where he makes his impact, probably not going to always, be 1-to-1 to what you see in the box score. And just everywhere he has went, he's won, and he's a winner, and he does things that he's able to impact winning in a big way that just sometimes can't be quantified. And I think that he's an uber competitive dude, but like you said, he carries himself really, really well. He's very mature. And I think that with Cal, a lot of these guys that he goes after, he goes after guys that are mature and that they have a really good head on their shoulders, to where they understand that they're not super selfish with things. They understand the process. They understand that they're going to put the team above themselves and do what's best for the team. And he's got guys that put their ego to the side a lot of times. And I think that he knocked it out of the park with bringing a guy like Jordan Smith Jr. in, who has that kind of pedigree of being a guy that he just wants to win wherever he goes. And he can obviously fill it up when he needs to. He can be that defensive menace. He's got incredible length for his size at 6'2". He's got 6'7", 6'8" wingspan. Uber athletic dude who can finish at the rim at will almost. And I think that just when you look at him, just his pedigree, he's won everywhere he goes, and he's a guy that I think is going to be a fan favorite very, very quickly for Arkansas fans.
We'll leave it there. Connor Goodson, hogsports.com, giving us this goods on Tuesday morning. Connor, we appreciate it, man. And we've got this countdown to football season, but I know you've got a countdown in your head till basketball season as well.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to it. Hey, I just want to say I grew up in Arkansas, but obviously spent a little time up in Northwest Arkansas. Tommy a lot, and just really cool to finally be on and talk to you guys. So I appreciate the opportunity.
Well,
sorry you had to subject
very
yourself.
Kind of you to say that.
That's all it is, yours of that.
So
see you, bud.
See you.
All right. Connor Goodson with us here on the Morning Rush from Hog Sports. Hey, few things in life are better than just showing up for your friends or family, but it never hurts to bring along a plate of their favorite beef dish. Together we bring more. Find your next crowd pleaser at beefsfordinner.com. This brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council and courtesy of Beef. It's whatsfordinner.com.
You know, Connor was alluding to some of the stuff that Darius received. I mean, he was the excitement level that the Sacramento Kings fan knew that they were going to get him getting greeted at the airport. Well, you're kind of seeing not the same level, but like people are noticing Trevor Brazil around Denver and everything else. And he had a chance to go to, I guess, the local Boys and Girls Club and interact with some kids.
We in the Boys and Girls Club, I went to the Boys and Girls Club too. So I'll say just hooping, all my friends, people that went to other schools, everybody coming together, at the Boys and Girls Club. It's always a good time. So kind of see them all here having fun, it's just all full circle moment.
Tommy, I know for us locally, Jalen and Isaiah have had a big impact with different community organizations. I think it was Jalen's birthday yesterday, and he's getting his street name, I think, next month. But it's cool to, for those kids, when you're a kid and you see, I can remember as a middle schooler and an elementary kid when I got to go to these camps at Arkansas and get to meet some of these players, or in the case of Pelfrey or Anderson, who at the time I was a fan of, and not necessarily all these years later. But it is cool for those guys to get to experience these new towns, and all these fans get to embrace TB, Malik, and also Darius as well.
All right, so I'm going to have to create a new cheat sheet because obviously, OKC, we Jay Will and Isaiah. Isaiah's now with Detroit, so there's another team to play with. The Kings with Darius. See, Bobby, where'd Bobby get traded to that day? The Heat? The Heat. So he's now in Miami. Who else do we need to
AB's in Orlando.
AB in Orlando.
Jordan Walsh is at the Boston Celtics.
Right, he's been there a while.
Big C, who are we?
Ricky Council.
TB, say the Nuggets with TB, right?
Ricky Council with Philly. Nuggets with TB. Who else are we missing?
Say it.
Nick Smith's with the Lakers, I think, still.
Yeah. Adu Thero.
Adu Thero's also with the Lakers. Good pull, Big C. I know. And then you got to separate the Arkansas kids, but that's Razorbacks. You're
That's
double
like
digits.
10 teams.
Yeah.
That's like 10 teams that you've got an Arkansas connection. So pretty cool. And Malik.
Daniel Gafford too.
Yeah, Daniel. And you that's Razorbacks. Then you separate and you go Austin Reeves, Khalil Ware, Lamar Wilkerson. I think just signed with the Thunder, who's an Ashdown kid. So yeah, you got almost two boats. You got the Razorbacks and the Arkansas kids too.
We had that stat of players per capita, and Arkansas was number one. I can't imagine you're not now. Not all these kids are Arkansas kids, but It's pretty cool. How many kids from our state, and then probably players per program. I bet Arkansas's got as many on active rosters. I'd like to know who has more players on an active roster right now than Arkansas. There may be one or two, but maybe like a Duke or something like that.
Kentucky,
but it could
Kansas. That would probably
maybe. But I mean, we just listed off 10 or 12 players pretty easily there. So, hey, we're brought to you by APAC and Standard Materials Group, 479-587-3300. Whether it's a residential project or a large-scale commercial job, they've got you covered with top-quality aggregates, including rock, sand, gravel, asphalt, and, of course, ready-mix concrete. 479-587-3300 for APAC and Standard Materials Group. We're live this morning at Century Bank of the Ozarks. Come by and ask about the Center Court CD special. Ty, you can get 4.75% on your money right now. Open a new checking account, be new to the bank, and there's even a bonus opportunity to earn up to 5% on your money right now. Find out more online, cbozarks.com, or come by and see us. They've been trusted for generations for over 132 years. At Century Bank of the Ozarks, we're live this morning on US 62 here in Mountain Home next to Colton's.
All right, when we come back, SEC update, Oklahoma is moving their season opener against UTEP to Friday night. Good or bad move? We'll discuss next on the Morning Rush.
Streaming live from hitthatline.com.
The tailgating is all around the Superdome. I kind of worry sometimes for a 12 o'clock game, you can't get damaged too much before that. But when they have a night game, they seem to start those tailgates at the same time, 8 9 o'clock in the morning.
You're listening to the Morning Rush with Ty Richardson.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Taco Bell's Lutz boxes are curated to perfection. The refined $5 box, opulent $7 box, and the abundance of the $9 box, featuring the Fajita Street chalupas with boldly seasoned peppers and onions. Each delivers a satisfying symphony of flavors, but all that Lutz might go to your head.
Monsieur, check please.
You already paid. That's literally your receipt.
I wanna hear.
Try Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lutz boxes.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
If your Razorback closet needs an upgrade, the University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you are looking for. Only at Roback.com. They have brand new Arkansas hoodies and polos that are selling fast. Go to Roback.com to check out their new apparel. That's Roback.com. RHOBACK.com. Use the code RUSH26 for 20% off your first order. Roback, where action meets comfort.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they loved the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E. from Woodland. Think about it.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
So I had pain in my feet for a good 20 years.
It felt like I was standing on marbles.
Something wasn't working with my feet. Was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis.
If your feet aren't comfortable, the rest of the body suffers.
So I went into the Good Feet store and bam. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support.
You put in the arch supports. To me, it was almost miraculous.
It really brought me back to being able to be me.
I can run, I can walk. This is not something that you could solve online.
Reclaim the good life with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. Good feet, good life.
Insight Gregory at hitthatline.com. Radio and digital sales combined, helping local businesses grow.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion.
You know, every game is a dogfight.
About the tough there is. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
But this afternoon is a day for the Razorbacks to celebrate. Arkansas wins the tournament.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
Okay.
All right, the SEC update. We'll get to some of that as obviously where'd Ty go, Colton, Big C?
I am not sure.
Oh, okay. What Ty?
Hopefully he'll be back here in a minute.
All right, we'll do the SEC update when he comes back. We're live at Century Bank of the Ozarks. You can come by right now and get you can get 5% on your money. That's hard. That's hard.
Yeah, we've got a special center court CD.
Yeah.
We call it. The reason we call it that. Again, the new Community Aquatic Center over here in Mountain Home, which is unbelievable. We sponsored the one of the basketball courts, and it was the center court of the three, so that's why we call it the Center Court CD, and we are excited about that. But it's just a limited time deal. Not sure when we're gonna cut that off, but it's 5 months, 4.75, and then you can get up to 5 with certain qualifications. There's qualifications on all of it, but come by and see.
How you bankers are. We got to put qualifications.
Well, I know.
Chris,
Ty, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, I was talking with Alyssa. Chris, I was asking Tommy if he played pickleball on those courts last night, because I know y'all had slapped y'all's logo on the front. So I was hoping to hear this morning that Tommy either played basketball or pickleball this morning, but unfortunately he did not participate.
Chris and I were talking. We're going to do pickleball, where that league where you hold the drink in one hand and the paddle in the other.
There
and
you
that's about as fast as
I think that's
more our
like
speed.
It.
So
as I said, my pickleball career came to not an end but a pause. A year ago, my wife had knee surgery, and actually a year ago, like July. So, and doctor said no more.
I'm just thankful that pickleball wasn't popular when I was a kid and my dad didn't have a pickleball paddle. That's the only thing.
That's probably good.
It's probably worked out better for me that my dad didn't know anything about pickleball.
That's true.
All right. So I want to ask you guys about this. OU is moving their matchup against UTEP to week 1 to a Friday. It's going to be they have the streaming rights for the SC Network. Like they can pick the times, obviously. So they're doing that. Now,
you get one game to do that with.
Yep. Their athletics director, Roger Denny, talked about that with heat challenges, it feels like a more comfortable environment for the student-athletes, fan, and game day staff, and making it electric atmosphere in Norman, and you get a few more days of Labor Day weekend. Oklahoma, according to the press release, has only played 6 regular season games on Friday, all of which Oklahoma won, and 17 in general. Guys, Tommy and I have talked about this, Chris. High school football, like it is in Oklahoma, is huge on Friday nights. Is there any interest level, like just having one of these workshopped? I know we played on Thursday nights before, but any interest of playing an Arkansas football game and soon-to-be Community America Stadium on Friday night?
You know, if you're asking me, I tell you, I'm a little bit of a purist on this kind of thing. I like Saturday football for college, and And that's just my thing. I don't.
Yeah,
I know we've not done it. Other schools have done it on whether it's Thursdays or Fridays, and I'm always glad to not be in that camp. But
yeah, I mean,
that's my opinion.
I don't mind the every now and then Thursday game, but Friday night to me, if there's high school games being played,
I agree.
Shouldn't be played.
Yeah.
So now Arkansas in our state, we have week 3 of the high school season where there are basically no games. It's the last week of non-conference. There are a limited number of games in the state. Now, if you worked it out where you played on that Friday night, but Arkansas is never probably going to be there because it's mid to late September generally when that happens. I could get on board with that, but I just don't think you want to go head to head and make parents choose between the season tickets they paid for and the boxes and the suites that big donors paid for, and seeing their kids play. That's just a bad spot.
But I'm probably weird too that if you give me the magic wand, I'd play every game at 3 o'clock or 2:30 or I like that time slot. And I don't even mind the early games. But everybody gripes about the early games, and sometimes
the older we get, the more early that has a higher appeal, doesn't it?
Sometimes the late game, and then I got to get home at 11:30 at night or something. I'm not going to Dixon Street, so
there you go. So. All right, that's our SEC updates brought to you by Arts Barbie. You got to get to Fort Smith. I'm going to take you to Arts for lunch.
I'm going to do it.
And they got great ribs, pulled pork. I mean, there's nothing on their menu that's not good. They've got a barbecue or a big 4th of July special that includes 5 pounds of their pulled pork, 2 racks of ribs, 2 pounds of sausage, the sides like potato salad, baked beans, the buns, the sauce, banana pudding. That's enough to get me right there. Brownies, plates, plasticware, the whole thing. It's enough to feed 25 people. It would be $350. They're doing it for America's $250 for $250. So they're taking their pre-orders now. Place your orders by tomorrow to get this special. They also got pulled pork for $17.76 a pound and racks of ribs, all you want, for $25. 452-2550 is our number. 452-2550. It's the 4th of July Spectacular at Arts Barbecue, Burgers, and more.
Go ahead.
I was just going to let you jump in here. So summertime is here. I know we were talking earlier about businesses around the area. If you're just someone out there looking for a place to park your checking account, I know one of the banks in the area has started charging for their free checking, and I know I've seen a lot of conversation online about people, looking at their banking relationship. Tell us why people need to come and talk with you guys. Y'all been around for 132 years.
That's right, and yeah, we saw that about some of the banks charging for checking accounts, and we've got a free checking product. We've got all any products you might want for deposit side, loan side, and I guess the thing that makes us maybe a little unique is, especially on the loan side, but deposit side too, we can build you a product. I've recently opened an account at a bank in another state because we had purchased some property there, and it was difficult, and they couldn't do anything outside the lines, and we kind of operate outside the lines. We can do kind of anything you want.
Personalized experience.
It's as personalized as you can get in this world we're in now with all the regulation. For sure.
1894. We were talking about that earlier. Kind of the 4th and a half generation, as you said. But your family's been in the banking business going back to your great-grandfather's brother?
That's right. Yeah. Great-grandfather, his older brothers started the bank, for sure.
I've seen some pictures when we kind of christened this new location here with you. How many, 3 or 4 years now you've been here?
2021.
Yeah,
so five.
Okay,
almost six.
Time gets away, but you had pictures of the old vault from.
That picture behind you there is the original time lock, and then somewhere there's a green original vault. That vault, or that little safe, I guess, or not a little safe, it weighs like
you don't pick it up
4,500 pounds, and they brought it by wagon. Well, they brought it by train from somewhere to West Plains. This is 1894. They bring it to West Plains by train, and then they had to put it in mule and horse buggy mule and take it from West Plains to Gainesville and trails, whatever.
Which
the
is
trail.
not much. You don't think about it much today, but in 1894,
well, it's like 40 miles,
yeah.
45 miles,
Yeah.
and it probably took 8 hours or something to do back then. And they dropped it in the North Fork River. Now, it'd be bad enough to take that thing by mule, by mule, but imagine dropping it in the river, and you and I are the ones bringing it, and I go,
how do you get it
what
back
did you
on the
do,
wagon?
Tommy? How are we going to get this out of the river? So I don't know how they got it out, but somehow they got it out.
They didn't lift it.
No, and they didn't get a crane to do it.
No.
Sure.
Century Bank of the Ozarks. We're right next door to Colton's in Mountain Home. Going to be here a little while longer. Chris's team will be here all day, and any day that's convenient for you, whether it's this week or next or whenever, to take care of your banking needs. 2448 US 62 Business in Mountain Home, celebrating 132 years. And it's not just a slogan, trusted for generations. I mean, we just brought it up.
We came up with that about a year ago.
5 generations.
That's right.
Yeah, we
That's right.
were talking about that. So it's not just a slogan. It's the way they do business here at Century Bank of the Ozarks. Enjoy your 4th, man. I know you've got some plans, and looking forward to seeing you again soon.
Well, thank you for being here. And anybody come out and see Maddie or Gail or Chan or anybody here to get any help with any financial needs.
So this guy's as big a Razorback fan as you're going to find, too.
That's true. Other than my wife is even more.
So you'll see him at a game sometime soon this fall. Man,
Yeah.
I'll come by and see you at
Thank
one
you,
of
sir.
the games. Chris Harlan, his family's been in the banking business for 132 years, and always fun to be here in Mountain Home with Chris and his team, who's really like a family with him. So, hey, we're celebrating the red, white, and blue sale at Burton Pools and Spas. Doughboy above-ground pools are on sale up to $1,500 off. That's on in-stock pools. If you want a semi-in-ground pool, they can do those for $199 a month right now. And they also have enjoy a half-price tanning ledge to go with an in-ground pool right now on select packages. Burton Pools and Spas, Fort Smith, Greenland, Springdale, Hot Springs, and now in Joplin and online. Ty at burtonpools.com.
All right, so he mentioned 21 years at the bank. That's about the timeline you're on here?
No, they opened this building in 2021.
I thought he said
that's what Chris. No, they opened the building.
2021 here. Now we've been in in and around Mountain Home forever and ever and ever and ever. But to have a physical branch at Mountain Home, we bought this branch in 2020. Actually, 2020.
I'm assuming, Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm assuming you started as a teller back in the day and just slowly worked.
I did.
What
was your first job?
I'm curious.
This is funny. So my very first job was in Boatman's in Springfield. Boatman's doesn't exist anymore. It's now Bank of America. But Boatman's in Springfield during college, and I stuffed statements. And then got a job after college and kind of teller, new accounts and so forth at another bank, and came home here in 1993 and was started as a loan officer and marketing and those kind of things.
So never left the bank. Tommy, what was your first gig?
My first job was working weekends at a radio station.
Okay.
At a gospel radio station, AM.
Do you sing gospel?
I did not.
Did you
but
Amazing Grace or anything?
I played a lot of those type of records.
Yeah.
Southern gospel.
I love it.
AM 1320.
Okay, if you got a second, I want to tell you that. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is funny, speaking of gospel. This is kind of an AI thing, but a quick story. Back in the mid-'90s, my wife wanted to do some new curtains in the house. She goes to Dillard's, gets these curtains, and I thought it was like $600 or something. I said, "My Lord, were they gold plated?" I thought $600. And so I said, "This would be a good gospel country music song. Are there gold plated curtains in heaven hanging in God's double wide?" And so I always wanted to do this song, and we had AI, ChatGPT and AI do this song, and it was unbelievable. Are there gold-plated curtains in heaven hanging in God's double wide?
That's pretty.
And
good
it's
question
fantastic.
there.
Actually, I need to sell it to Ray Stevens.
Yeah, that would sound like right next to the squirrel went to church.
It's kind of like that. Yeah.
So, but no, that's a good story. So, the other first job I had. I guess you can't have another first job, but I remember I was a cart boy and picked up the range and cleaned golf carts at the golf course.
That's
too.
not bad.
So that was another one of my first ventures too, Todd.
Well, I worked as a waiter for about 3 months in Springfield, and the guy that owned the restaurant was a retired banker at Boatman's. And after a few months at his restaurant, he said, "We need to get you a job in the bank."
Yeah. Was that a reflection on your waiting
It
skills?
was a total reflection.
Let me tell you this, Chris. So I did landscaping in a little bit in high school, and then also first year in college. My dad told me, he was very specific. He's like, "I need you to do this because I know that you're not going to want to do this from now on. So you need to do this now so you can figure out what you're going to do." And I was in accounting at the time. I'm glad I'm not crunching numbers and doing this instead. But landscaping and working in restaurants prior to radio is basically what I did prior to this. It's good. It's a lot of good life experiences when you're an adolescent.
That's right. That is right.
Learn a thing or two.
Yeah. Well, we're not far from our friends at Gaston's White River Resort. 870-431-5202 is their number. I've been hearing a lot of great stories about, and hopefully they're not just stories, big rainbows, big browns being caught over there. Had a friend of ours here at work that went last weekend, said the fishing was really good. And from where we're at here at the bank, we're not far from Gaston's White River Resort. So if you're looking for a weekend getaway, maybe just that last summer vacation, call Clint and the crew over there, and you can enjoy a great time in one of their 80 private cabins or lodges at Gaston's White River Resort. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
And I got to see Chuck lose his mind last game.
This is the Morning Rush.
Just cruising down the road, looking at beautiful cornfield, having some deep thoughts like we're the aliens.
This is the Morning Rush.
Spring is here, and it's the perfect time to upgrade your home. If your garage door needs repair or you're ready for a new look, call Precision Garage Door. From broken springs and openers to brand new doors, they provide expert service and professional installation. Fully licensed and insured, with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers, and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call 844-PDS-DOOR or visit PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Precision Garage Door, voted the best in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
When I'm in the mood for something sweet and hot, do I wait hoping my husband walks in dressed in tight tennis shorts and a dozen roses? No. I hit Hardee's for the new made-from-scratch hot honey biscuit, that crispy chicken, that hot honey, and that sweet prize. Just $3.99 for a limited time. Or that hand-breaded hot honey chicken sandwich with crispy bacon and melted Swiss on a brioche bun. Hardee's new hot honey menu. Price and participation may vary. Tax not included. Not valid for use within a combo or in combination with any other offer or discount.
Drive smarter with a road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle, available only at Rath Auto Resources. We look all over the region for the best used cars. From there, they're inspected, reconditioned to our certified standards, and backed with a comprehensive warranty. And while the other guys might spring hundreds or even $1,000 in added fees on you at the last minute, our painless pricing and non-commissioned sales team ensure that you get a straight deal every time. Make the switch to a road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith.
Hey, it's Wes Pruitt from 4-Star Sports Media. Before they make it to the majors, they make their mark right here in Northwest Arkansas. The Naturals are about to light up the diamond in 4-Star Sports Media as you cover it on every base. From rising stars to unforgettable moments, it all starts here with 4-Star Sports Media. Podcasts, live shows, and expert takes all in one place. 4star.live on web and 4-Star Sports M on X. Your 24/7 home for sports coverage from every possible angle.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One is a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing, and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren.
Wes, how many people can a large pizza feed?
About 4.
So I should tell Cousin Jeff 1.
Oh, wow. He's a big eater.
The biggest. He once got kicked out of an all-you-can-eat diner because they ran out of food. How many can a small pizza feed?
I'd say 2.
Our small pizza at $15 is a meal for 2? We should advertise this. That goat'll hunt.
Dog.
What you call me?
That dog will hunt.
Wes, dogs are man's best friend. Goats are the true hunters.
Goats?
Billy Goat Jr.'s Grammy was trained to chase squirrels, cats, birds, and rabbits. We could hear her for miles through the brush. and she'd circle them right to us.
You're not serious.
As serious as a meal for two for $15.
You're an interesting cat.
What'd you call me?
A meal for two for $15. Eat Jim's RazorbackPizza.com.
You know your business. I know the fans. Together, we're a championship roster. In Arkansas, loyalty is everything, and nobody connects with the Razorback faithful like our team here at ESPN Arkansas and HitThatLine.com. When you partner with us at ESPN Arkansas, you're not just buying airtime. You're gaining trusted voices that talk to your customers every single day. I'm Ty Richardson. Let's grow your business together, both on air and through digital avenues. Become a partner at ESPN Arkansas. Email ty.richardson@HitThatLine.com to start your campaign today.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Anybody interested in grabbing a couple of burgers?
Those are good burgers, brother.
How's your burger? My God.
This is CJ's Trivia Tuesday, presented by CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers in Fayetteville and Russellville.
I got the shakes that'll make you quit. I got the fries that'll cross your eyes. I got the burgers that'll... Just the burgers.
When all you do are burgers, they have to be the best.
The popular Johnny Carson show debuted on CBS TV way back on this day in 1955. Which former Arkansas football coach appeared with Mr. Carson back in December of 1978? 877-377-6963 for your chance to win a $25 gift card to CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers. When all you do are burgers, they have to be the best. Again, a chance to win a $25 gift card to CJ's. Which former Arkansas football coach appeared on the Johnny Carson show back in 1978? One of the better clips that we've seen. Christian, who we got on the line?
We got C-Man.
C-Man.
All right, C-Man, what is the answer to our question?
I will say Dan Hampton.
It is not Dan Hampton. Let's go to the next caller.
No.
Who's this? Former coach, not player.
Hello.
Next caller. Who's up? All right, let's go to the next caller. $25 gift card to CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers on the line. Who's this? All right, third time's the charm.
All right, who's
this? Hello?
I'm Mary.
Mary, what is
Mary?
What is the answer to CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers trivia question?
Lou Holt.
Lou Holt.
That's the Razorback helmet. They're wearing it at the games, and when I first went... That's a weird-looking thing. When I first went to University of Arkansas, you know, the first time I came in contact with the university, I watched them on TV in about 1964. My initial reaction was, how in the world can anybody wear those stupid hats? You know, and then when I went to the University of Arkansas, they have that call, Woo Pig Suey, and it's fantastic when 55,000 people call it. Now, if things aren't going well, sometimes they yell Woo Pig Fooey, and that isn't real good. That's bad luck.
Rolling Hogs, they go, Suey. I mean, it's a real yell.
I'll tell you what, I think I can recruit you. You just you go well.
Congratulations, Mary. You, along with Robert, Hacker, Cliff, someone out of the 479, and Travis, who all texted in, got that right. Now, Tommy, that was a little before your time, I guess, but it's still.
Well, I've seen that clip many times. So, Woo Pig Fooey.
Woo Pig Fooey.
That's the part of that you remember. Yeah. So had the hog hat on. So yeah, I mean, listen, if you were a guest on the Johnny Carson show in the 70s, the 80s. And what year did he go away? 90 or 91, somewhere in there.
I'm not the
I
guy
mean, it was. You were. I mean, you didn't just get into the Johnny Carson show. I mean, that made careers. So
okay, what's more iconic, Carson wearing the hat or Paris Hilton wearing the hog hat?
Carson.
Okay,
so,
all right.
That question.
You had to, you paused for a sec. I was just
no. I mean, because I'm telling you, you don't have because of your age, you don't have a sense of how powerful Johnny Carson was. Probably one of the most powerful people. Him and Walter Cronkite might be the two most powerful people to ever appear on TV. Ever. I mean, Johnny Carson was the man for about 25 years.
Yeah, I'm just not a big. Do you like any of the talk show hosts nowadays? I don't like any of them.
No, I mean, but that was appointment TV at 10:30 was the Johnny Carson show. You stayed up. I mean, your day ended with Johnny Carson. When I was a kid, that's what your parents did. That's what you were allowed to do in the summer. It's Johnny Carson. And hasn't been anything like it since. Letterman was the closest.
Yeah.
It was good. Leno was good, but there's nothing been there. Even those guys with cable and satellite TV, there's been nothing like Carson back when you only had 5 channels on your TV set.
Well,
it was a wood panel console in your living room.
That's going to do it for us on this CJ's Trivia. Best burgers, best fries, best shakes around. Keith's always got something new. They've got a new shake out right now. Try it, especially at the Fayetteville Weddington location. And you can always stop in the Arkansas Avenue location in Russellville. CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers, where all you do are burgers. They have to be the best. We've been at Century Bank of the Ozarks this morning. It's an American bank. You know why? Because they don't charge for checking accounts. Right, Tommy?
That's right. You can come by and visit with any of their staff here. 2448 US 62 Business and Mountain Home. Trusted for generations. They've been around for more than 132 years. Century Bank of the Ozarks online, cbozarks.com.
Appreciate Chris Harlan and company having us out there. Coming up halftime, Mr. Matt Jones, Mrs. Alyssa Orange, and Mr. Colton Little on the way, followed by Ruskin and Zach. They're going to be at Sutherland's this afternoon. That's going to do it for us. Christian Johnson, Tommy Kraft. I'm Ty Richardson. We're back here tomorrow for our favorite day, What's Your Beef Wednesday.
Hey, Fort Smith, your next great fishing story starts at the brand new Bass Pro Shops Outpost on